Bubba, it is time to tell a story that has been begged from us for years, and I do mean years. It has been a long time ago when this actually happened. The details we will leave sketchy to protect the innocent and guilty.
Well, with Don Juan and Speedy going to Los Angeles, I thought this was a nice time.
Yes, a good time to do it.
Has this ever been told before on there?
No, this is the first time.
Never has.
Many years ago in a place very far, far away.
Yes.
We were involved in a promotion that we were going to Los Angeles, and we were going to carry 2 listeners who were going to be drawn via a random drawing.
Right.
Now right there is the beginning of where this story goes awry.
Let me, for all you aspiring radio people, salespeople, because you're involved in this too, our people on the air, the term random drawing, if you're going to place out boxes, be careful where you place them. But, just a hint.
Yeah,
like open mic night.
We begin, and we have it's worse.
Yeah, same thing.
And thank you for crediting us with changing that.
Yeah.
We have the drawing, and we're going to call the winner and do a promo. So we can play it on the air, and we call. And we call, and we will say that the young lady's name who won was Wanda. We'll just say that it was Wanda. And I called, and I said, "Is this Wanda?" "Yeah, this is Wanda." Now, Wanda was a chain smoker. And
yes, she was.
And didn't I can't even do the voice anymore, Rick.
We called her. She said yes. She said yeah. This is Wanda. And we said Wanda, this is Rick and Bubba. What, Rick and who? Said Rick and Bubba. Do you remember registering to win a trip to Los Angeles? Well, hell yeah! Like that. And I know right then. And
I'm thinking, hey, we're in trouble.
And folks, that's the only word I will use because she gave us others that we cannot use on the air.
Well, she didn't believe us. So we go through a flurry of words that sound like we just came off the troop ship.
Yeah.
She doesn't believe us. We have to call her back again to verify this. And then she begins to go nuts. And she is screaming and running around the trailer, screaming to the top of her lungs.
She is screaming
Hey,
through
Prater, key word here, trailer.
Yeah, she was screaming throughout to her home. I'm going to GD Los Angeles.
Look, we're not making any judgments about anybody or anything. We're simply telling the story as it happened.
Look,
okay?
I lived in a manufactured home a long portion of my life, so I don't think everybody that lives in a manufactured home would be these type of people. But I must tell you, the term white trash comes to mind here.
Rick, we were somewhat in a panic what we'd gotten into.
Yes.
And as the morning that we were leaving, we were going to the Atlanta airport. The limo picked me up first, and then we had to pick them up. And I knew there was problems when the directions was last trailer on the right. But we get there, we find it. The trailer door swings open. Yes. I don't mean open and come out. It comes open like a bomb has exploded.
Now, Bubba, I think that we have left out an important part when she started telling us who was going to go with her. It was a trip for 2.
Well,
please don't leave that out because you're about to talk about this guy.
She asked who the friend that she could carry could be, and we said, well, anybody. And we asked if it was her husband that was going to be going, and she said, no, he's in the pen.
She said, can Willie go?
And I'm going to carry my boyfriend, Willie.
Yeah, and I said, it's so it's not your husband. No, the old man's in the pen.
He got picked up by the law.
Yeah, and I said, well, are y'all divorced? No, he just can't go. So I'm going to take my boyfriend, Willie.
So we get there. Trailer door swings open, and out comes Wanda, suitcase in hand, on a full sprint to the limo.
Yes, as hard as she can go.
And then coming behind her, and he looked like he started on a full sprint from way in the back of the trailer, comes old Willie. Now, I have to tell you what Willie looks like, and I don't know any other way to describe this.
Careful here, Bubba.
The well-accepted pictures of the way Jesus looked. The long, stringy hair, beard, and goatee. Look, that is where the tie ends, okay?
Yeah, nowhere, nothing else is similar.
But topped off with one of those Richard Petty hats.
The
feathers in the front.
The cowboy hat with a fan feather. So basically, you have Jesus with the Richard Petty cowboy hat on.
Now, Willie, as he will tell us,
get ready.
Willie, as he will tell us later, ain't never been nowhere. Okay?
I ain't never been nowhere.
Willie comes running from the back of the trailer, and he is so excited. No, he doesn't stop to go down the steps on the front porch. He does a full hurdle over the rail. One problem: the last foot, the last silver toe of his boot got hung on the rail as he tried to hurdle it.
Yeah.
Willie, cowboy hat and all, went end over end into a giant bush.
Yeah.
Now this did allow me to see inside their home.
Don't miss this. Don't miss this.
Now Willie was a big outdoorsman.
Because he ain't never been nowhere.
And we know a lot of deer hunters that, they keep a trophy, the head of a deer that they harvest.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Willie not only kept the head, he had a whole deer stuffed, hoofs, tail, and all, standing in the middle of his living room.
Yes. He has stuffed the whole deer in the middle of the living room, just left of the TV.
Now Willie picks himself up off the ground,
Does anybody know why?
begins another full sprint toward the limo, locks it down like a sideways slide into the limo like a skier would do, and promptly announces, "I ain't never been nowhere."
Now, at this time, his girlfriend, Wanda, begins to explain to Bubba why Billy seems to be a little clumsy.
Well, she said he'd been drinking since 4 o'clock to take the edge off. This is about 6 in the morning. And I said, he's been drinking for 2 hours? She said, no, 4 yesterday afternoon.
All right, when we come back, Willie and Wanda are in the limo, and Bubba is headed to pick me up, and we're headed to Atlanta to catch the plane. The rest of this story, folks, it only gets worse.
Y'all aren't ready.
So stand by. The story that we vowed to never tell.
Rick and Bubba.
Bubba, you'll be happy to know that in the break I talked to our counsel, and they said just proceed with caution throughout the rest of the stories.
Well, as we pick it up, we have now picked up Willie and Wanda in the limo, and I give a quick cell call to Rick to let him know, hey, we're in trouble. Now, Willie is a sheet in the wind already.
He's drunk.
And is still pouring it on.
Still drinking.
And that's bad when you might weigh 110 pounds soaking wet.
Yes.
But so we get to Rick's, and of course we have lit up the cigarettes, and I'm in a fog, about to choke.
Yes.
Rick gets in, and Rick, that's where we begin our track to Atlanta, where we had numerous stops so Billy could use the bathroom on the side of the interstate.
Yes, it was a lot of fun to tell a limo driver of a very beautiful, expensive limousine, could you pull over where Willie could take a whiz?
Yep. And, very impressive. And, of course, Willie, a lot of fun to ride through Atlanta as he wanted to show the international sign for disgust to several of the passing motorists.
Right out of the sunroof at various times in Atlanta, Willie, who ain't never been nowhere, would give the people of Atlanta the bird.
Now we're
right out of the top of the limo.
We're getting very close to the Atlanta airport when Willie says, "Do y'all think they will let me get on the airplane with this?" And he pulls what has to be the longest pistol I have ever seen out of his jeans pocket.
Yes, he does.
It looked like one of them joke kind that the flag would come out of it was so long. Pearl handled, chrome,
nice,
finest you could buy.
Yeah, very nice.
And Rick and I are thinking to ourselves right then that Willie's not going to make it on the airplane because he's going to be picked up by security. And here's where we were smart: we had built in a brake just in case there was a quag. We booked the people going with us on a separate airplane.
Yes, we did.
So Rick and I figure we're going to get them to the terminal, get them checked in. Hey, we'll never see them again.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to be
problem over.
Well, I didn't want to be there, so I tell Willie, Willie, take your pistol and head on out.
And show it to the guy there at the gate with the metal detector.
Now, keep in mind, this is where Rick Burgess gets totally disgusted, and if you see a disgusted Rick Burgess, you need to watch. You need to watch out.
Rick had time and time again just put it off. These folks had won. We were trying our best to be accommodating to them. Right. And there's nothing better than meeting listeners to the show and being able to share good things with them and fellowship with them. And there's nothing worse than coming up on people like this.
Right.
Yeah, and these people, I think there needs to be an important side note here, didn't know who we were. They just registered at the title pump.
Yeah.
And they won.
They had no idea. Now, what station y'all on again? Because, heck, I ain't never been nowhere. Ain't y'all on that big country station? Yeah, and so I said to Willie, I said, look, I'm just going to tell you right now, I said, I'm going to kill you if you say one more word.
Straight up.
Now, Rick was so put out, he told him this while he's holding the pistol in his hand.
I did. I said, I'm going to take that y'all we're going to see is the pearl handle. You know,
Rick comes unglued. He's had all he can touch.
So I'm threatening to kill a contest winner.
Who has a gun?
Yeah. Anyway,
so we are at the airport. We drop them at their terminal, and hey, we're off, and we're laughing. We'll never see them again.
Right.
Get on the airplane, have a great flight to Los Angeles. Get there, get taxi, go to the hotel that we're staying at. We get there, and then, of course, our question is, hey, did Willy and Wanda make it?
Yes.
So we go, we meet the manager from the hotel, and, I mean, we don't even get the full sentence.
No, sure don't.
And they go, the people from Alabama? The guy who looks like Jesus wearing a Ricky Petty hat? Yes, he's here.
Is he screaming, hey, I ain't ever been nowhere?
And he appears to have scuffed knees and dirty boots.
Yeah. Yes. And has an empty holster. Yeah. That's him.
So
That's him.
And he appears to be walking rather funny. They're there. So, stay with us now. So, we go to our second plan, and that is give them their prize money and kiss them goodbye.
No, seriously. I even added to it. And we called him over. I said, look, y'all, we finally talked to him. I said, here is a wad of money. Y'all just knock it. Now, keep in mind, in this contest, we're supposed to take them like on tour and stuff like that. We
hey, that's out. That's out.
Forget it. I said, I'm buying you to just go away. Here's a pile of money. Here's your plane tickets. Love you, man.
And we even see them later in the day, and they're out eating at a restaurant. We think, hey, this has worked out great. They got their act together.
Yeah.
So we go out. I forgot where we went to, Universal Studios or something. We come back, and our phone is ringing.
Ringing
hard.
Now,
we're up to that point, right?
Yeah, we're there.
So I pick up the phone to start with, and it is Wanda going, Willie just tore up our airplane ticket.
That's exactly how she sounded. That's exactly how she sounded.
And this is what I do. I go, Rick, get over here, Rick. And it's them crazy people again.
Yeah. So I march up to the floor they were on, swing open the door, sitting on the edge of the bed, wearing his cowboy boots and boxer shorts, with the cowboy hat still on. Willie says, I don't know what happened, man. Well, I can't say what he said.
He said, you just made me so mad. I tore him up.
And look, as he's talking to me, now this is a very nice hotel, okay? He gets up, walks into a plush bathroom, reaches into ice they put in this beautiful garden tub, and pulls a beer out. They said, I don't know what happened. Takes a pop on. It's just made me so mad. I tore the tickets up.
So this is beyond. Right now, we're beyond the Call of Duty. Yeah. We've gone into full war mode now. I mean, we got face paint on. Right. We say, all right, we'll get your tickets replaced. We called the airline. We got them replaced for the next day at 4 a.m.
Sure did.
We called a cab. We called the wake-up service. We were shipping them out. We'd had it with them.
Yeah.
We are not dealing with these idiots anymore, okay? They're not going to ruin this trip for us. We've done everything we can to accommodate them, and all they have done is screw it up.
Yeah.
Okay?
And all their money's gone. Every bit
Oh,
of
yeah,
it.
every bit. Every bit.
I said, what'd you spend all your money on? I said, beer.
Like that was even there was even a discussion about what it would go to.
He looked at me like, I thought that's beer money. You know?
So
and
we think we've got it settled. We've got their tickets. We've got cab coming to them, call coming. So me and Rick go back out to see the sights in Hollywood. Well, we come back in. The phone's ringing again. And I'm thinking to myself, well, there's no way they've got in any more trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done everything. I mean, they've done everything they can do.
They're gone. Yeah.
Pick up the phone. Bubba, this is Wanda. We got a problem up here. I said, Wanda, what's wrong? She says, Willie tried to kill me and the law come and got him. We'll tell you what happened when we come back.
Willie tried to
The
kill me.
law come and got him.
Oh, got him! I ain't never been nowhere. I ain't never been nowhere. All right, we'll be back with the finish to this bizarre story. Remember the random drawing. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Bubba, we just received our second call from Wanda.
There's no way to recap what's happening. If you just join this story, bear with us.
Yes.
It's too detailed at this point.
She has screamed in the phone, Willie tried to kill me, and the law's got him.
We hustle upstairs.
Yes.
We find when we get there the manager of the hotel.
Yes.
We find Wanda, who has been popped to the eye a couple of times, it looks like.
Unfortunately, that is true.
She is soaking wet.
Yes.
And I immediately go, Wanda, what in the world has happened here? Now, let me set the scene. The hotel room is trashed.
Trash.
It is absolutely trashed. She says, Billy got mad. Willie got mad at me, and he stuck my head down in the toilet and tried to drown me.
Which is a terrible situation.
Yeah, look, Grant, we're not making light of the violence of this situation. But you have to understand what we had been through. I mean, this woman is not to be blamed in any way, shape, or form. But let's face it, she's made some bad life decisions.
Rick, this is where the thing just gets absolutely bizarre.
Yes.
Okay? Like it ain't already.
Right.
So she's soaking wet from the toilet, right?
She apparently this scuffle broke out,
Yes.
and Willie tried to drown her in the toilet.
Okay.
She escaped.
And look, and Bubba, seriously, to Willie's credit, he did remove the beer from the toilet before sticking her head in.
Yes.
So
She
'cause they had
apparently
ice everywhere.
She apparently escapes, gets out of the hotel room, and runs down the hall screaming. A maid sees this.
Right.
A maid runs and calls police.
Right.
Now, this is in Los Angeles. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Let me set the timetable here. This is about 1 month after the O.J. Simpson escapade down the interstate. The state of California, I should say, had just passed a law about abusing your significant other.
Yes.
Okay?
They don't play anymore.
And it was a rather stiff penalty for that. We asked, where had Willie gone? Mm-hmm. He had been taken to the L.A. pen.
Yes.
We asked the manager what was going on. She explained this new law to us. She said the chief of police was a friend of hers. She had talked to him on the phone and said that Willie was going to jail for about 20 years. Now, Wanda, at this point, is just completely coming apart. She doesn't want to testify against Willie and leave him in California when this grand vacation that we're on comes to an end.
Yeah, and she wants him back.
Now,
Now she is wanting him back.
Keep in mind, Willie is the boyfriend. Her husband's in jail.
Yeah, her husband's already in jail.
So the manager of the hotel explains to us, after she has talked to the chief of police, that it doesn't matter what Wanda wants, that Willie, because of this new law, because of the maid seeing him chase her down the hall and threatening her, that's all they need. It is a done deal. He ain't getting out. He is going to stand trial in Los Angeles as a test case for the new OJ law.
Yes. Now, keep in mind, folks, this is us on a contest winner we've taken to Los Angeles.
Now, at this point, we try to get Wanda gathered together the best we can.
Yes.
Bruised up.
Once again, we call and get her airline tickets moved up even further so we can ship her right on out.
Yes.
We make plans again to have a cab pick her up. Her called early, and then we had to call our boss at that point and let him know that things were totally out of control.
Then comes the horrible call back to Master Control to say, you know that little contest that we've been really promoting and that Rick and Bubba are on right now? You're going to love this.
We got a promo for you.
Yes, I said, we tell the whole story. And I told him, I said, well, the good news is, imagine the promo when we get back, if you will. Rick and Bubba.
Yes.
They carried 2 people to California and left one of them there, all expenses paid, for 20 years.
Yes. Yes. We just sent a listener to Los Angeles for 20 years, all expenses paid. We know now that our contest winner is in an orange jumpsuit and shackled. And is in jail.
Orange jumpsuit and shackled.
Tough.
Is hard to say.
With birthday cake in your mouth.
Now we are afraid that Willie is going to somehow get out,
repercussions,
come back in some kind of drunken stupor, and try to kill us all. That is immediately what we're thinking.
That's what you think about for the next 24 hours of the vacation.
We talked to the manager again. She talked to the chief and said, I assure you, don't worry. Willie's in my jail. Now, I mean, we're in talking L.A. County. L.A. County jail. The same one OJ's in, just a few cells down.
That's the one Don wanted, I'll be.
You had OJ, you had Robert Downey Jr., and our contest winner.
Now, the next morning comes, we get Wanda, we make sure that Wanda has shipped out. And we verify that she is on the plane, headed back.
Yeah, and all you're going to send letters. We had a great counseling. I said, girl, you got.
Oh, we tried to talk to her.
I said, you got to move on in your life. I said, you got to get these losers out of your life. You know,
we did the best we could given the circumstances.
Right.
Well, she's gone, and Rick and I have another 2 days to enjoy Los Angeles, and we had a ball. We went to Universal Studios. We went to see them tape General Hospital.
Yep.
We went to this. We went to that. We had a great time. And the running joke became, very sick on our part, hey, what do you think Willie's doing right now?
Oh, yeah. We just
anytime. Hey, what's
right.
Willie
and
doing?
I wonder what they did with the hat that was crumpled up in the corner of the hotel room.
Yep.
You know?
I have to wonder.
So,
the empty, what was it?
In the empty holster.
Yeah. Empty holster under the bed.
Now, Bubba, then we finally get home and it gets very bizarre.
No,
we're fixing to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Our time is finally up. We're on the airplane. The airplane is taxiing down the runway, and we still have this fear that some Los Angeles lawyer is going to get him out, and they're going to bring him to the plane in an orange jumpsuit and shackles.
Yes.
Now, we're like scanning out the plane while it's loaded, looking for anything.
For that unmarked car to pull up.
Enough. They shut the plane up. We taxi down the runway. Plane takes off. And I look across the aisle at Rick and say, hey, reckon what old Willie's doing right now?
Yes! That is so true. That is true.
And we figure, we'll never hear from Willie again.
Right.
But Willie came back around.
Is this where are they now?
Look, I'm home sometime later.
Yes.
I'm approached by a member of law enforcement and says, what do you know about Willie?
And said the last name.
And I said, now, of course, when we got back, we were sworn to silence by our management at the time.
As a matter of fact, we were supposed to be sworn to silence for life, I think.
Yes. And, of course, here we are telling you.
Yes, right.
But look, this story had to be told, folks. This is what we go through behind the scenes sometimes that you don't realize, and you wonder why we get a little edgy.
Yes.
So this guy wants to know the story, and I say, I know part of it, and he says, I will tell you my part if you will tell me yours, because I know the story after your part. I tell him the exact same story you have been told. He said, well, here's my part. Me and some other people that I work with was approached by Willy's family to go and retrieve him from California. Gosh. We called, got no answer, got no answer. Finally, the district attorney in Los Angeles agreed to meet us over dinner. We went, we had to wine and dine him, and he agreed if we would carry Willy to the plane, as we suspected, in an orange jumpsuit and shackles, that they would release him to come back home. But if he ever even stepped in California again, he would go immediately to jail for 20 years.
Gosh. This is our contest winner.
They went out.
Keep that in mind.
They got him, and they brought him back. And I passed that story along to Rick. We thought, well, we'll never
that was it.
We'll never hear any more about Willy and Wanda.
Right.
But it came up again very, very soon.
When we come back, the conclusion to the story of Willy and Wanda and their trip to Los Angeles with Rick and Bubba. If you're out there right now and you may win a random drawing from this program, you're thinking to yourself, will the next story be about me? And we sure hope not.
We've never been anywhere. Hopefully it won't. But
yes. Conclusion right next.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
We make our way back for the final segment, the conclusion of a story that was never to be told, and it has been told today.
The tale of Willy and Wanda.
We have returned home. You have been told by someone at very high in law enforcement that they had retrieved Willy,
yes,
on behalf of his father, from L.A., and we're bringing him back to Alabama, and that's where we are now.
Rick, the story ends just as a matter of fact, Christmas a year or so back. It was the Christmas before Hunter was born.
Yes.
I was all excited about being a dad, and we were having a little Christmas party at the house. Yes. And a gentleman was there who I didn't know before this party, but we got to talking about in the big group about a father's love and what a father will do for a child, and you know what a great gift that they are. And this guy says, "Hey," says, "I know a guy. You won't believe what he had to do for his son. He had to fly out to Los Angeles, and he had to take the district attorney to dinner. He spent about $600 on the meal just to get his kid out of jail and bring him back here to Alabama." And I perked up when I heard that story, and I said, "Really?" I said, "His name wouldn't be Willy, would it?" He says, "Have you heard of that?" I said, "Not only did I hear it, I lived it, man." I was there, man. I said, "But you know, it really ain't his fault. You know why?" And he said, "Why?" I said, "'Cause he ain't never been nowhere. He ain't never been nowhere. Stay in it. Stay in it." And there's several side stories to this that will remain untold.
Yeah, we won't tell what happened right after he got back, right? No, none of that. So that.
Oh man, that's part of the story.
No, we can't tell him.
Is he in jail now?
No. I just see.
Let's just say, I mean, a lot of times you see a trend in people, and they sometimes they make changes for the better, and bless their heart, sometimes they head right off down that very wide road, as we're being told at the good book.
Yeah, some people just cannot get in line.
No.
So we'll. But who knows? Maybe today things are different for Will.
And y'all, you don't know how it has hurt us not to be able to tell you that for I don't know how many years.
For a number of years.
Yes. There's been many days that I've spent most of the lunch hour begging.
Yes.
Begging for more. Begging for this.
Not
only for more, but for this story to be told.
One of the side notes of this story that I must tell, because I think you all could relate to it. Willy worked at a large plant in the area. And it was so large that it had its own weekly newspaper. And Willy had showed us on the way to the airport, in between flipping birds out the window, that
And
his picture proudly on the front page, and it said Willie wins trip to California.
He's waving.
No. Now I can't help but imagine what his co-workers think when they came back and Willie was never there again, and they go, man, that must have been quite a trip he got.
Yeah, to this day they probably ask, just how long was he going to L.A. with Rick and Bubba?
Was that a permanent gig? What's up?
So it was a horrifying trip, and we survived it. And who knows what happened to?
I want to know what they're doing. Both of them are doing right now.
Speedy, we have a saying. No, let's not know.
Yeah,
let's please let this thing sink.
No, just for my own amusement. I wish I could look over and go, there's Will.
Let's face it. On when you're watching the Friday the 13th series, you go, gosh, I hope he gets killed eventually.
Yeah,
You really don't want him to keep returning. You know what I mean?
Analogy.
Folks, that is one of the little behind the scene things that we go through here at the Rick and Bubba Show.
Yes.
And, there's other strange events. That has to be the daggum weirdest though.
Yeah, well, and I'll now call my wife in the break and say, I don't know when I'll be home today. I'll probably be in various meetings, one right after another. Because this story just could not stay down.
Trailer park trash, obese and a chain smoker throwing ash. Her old man locked up, leaving her feeling blue. But she won a trip to LA, a dream come true. Willie or Jesus in a cowboy hat, pistol in his boot, known for getting rat-a-tat. Off to LA with her man by her side. Little did she know he'd take her on a wild ride, beating her up, causing so much pain. Willie's behind bars, gone insane. In jail, leaving Wanda all alone, regretting the day she ever picked up the phone. Her dreams shattered, her heart in two. All she wanted was a love that was true. In the city of angels, she found her hell. Wanda, in a city that tore them apart. She'll never forget the day she won the draw. The trip to LA filled with pain and raw. Chain smoking Wanda in a trailer of despair, trying to forget the love that wasn't fair. Willie's locked up, a memory of the past, a trip to LA that went by too fast. In jail, leaving Wanda all alone, regretting the day she ever picked up the phone. Her dreams shattered, her heart in two. All she wanted was a love that was true. All she wanted was a love that was true. Chain-smoking Wanda in a trailer